The last year and a half has been a challenging one, to say the least. A global pandemic, the resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, football almost coming home, but not quite, and in the process, revealing the racist underbelly of the society in which we live in. Whoa! Wow, yeah, that's a whole lot, right? Core Educational Trust created Core Lot, Leaders of Tomorrow, in response to the social and political issues going on in our world, as a way to allow the students to autonomize their emotions and feelings and directly channel it into changing the world in which we live in, therefore being a leader of tomorrow. With me, Fela Lufadeju, actor and mentor at the helm of it. Today, I have with me Shakeel Mahmood, Year 9 student. Hey Shakeel, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good, good. So, let's start by talking about how you got involved with Core Lot. So what kind of gave you the impetus to sign up for Core Lot?
I mean, it was more like it was just lockdown and there was nothing to do, and I was like, well, I want to do something, which was start up a project and just get my mind thinking. And so I decided, I saw this and I was like, might as well write something for it, see where that goes, and it went pretty far. Exactly,
because you're here now. I know from speaking to other teachers in and around the school that you do a lot of extracurricular activities, right?
Yeah.
Because I know that you're also involved in another project of ours, Echo Eternal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you've also done a speech at the Parliament at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So talk to us about like where the love of that kind of going above and beyond comes from.
It's not necessarily going above and beyond, but I like being able to delve into fact and be not as political, but more like just like talk about those facts and not hide behind them almost. Like show that these things are here and everything's in place and that we just need to talk about them. Yes,
so you like talking about issues and kind of addressing them head on in whatever way that you can. That's fantastic, because I remember the first time I met you back in September. It seems like a yonks ago now, but the first thing I remember saying, "Oh, where do you see yourself in the future?" And what did you say to me?
I think I said something like Prime Minister or
yeah, you said like Foreign Secretary, which was so specific, and I remember being like, "Oh wow, that's an incredible dream to have." And I know that it's changed during the process of the year. So talk to me about all the different kind of thoughts.
Kind of went from like picking my choices in Year 9, and it was more like, well, I could do anything that I wanted to if I put my mind to it. So I kind of had to just select out what I think I would definitely want to do. And so right now it's like forensic scientist or a GP, because they're both to do with science, and science is a very enjoyable subject.
Along with science, I know you also like history.
Yeah, history.
Yeah, I sent you a couple of tasks to write creative writing, and this whole imaginative world came out, and artistry came out as well. So you've got many different talents. Talk to us about that aspect of things, the creativity and the artistry.
It's more like I used to love like the Hobbit books and Lord of the Rings. And I used to like watching and reading stuff like that. And I used to have a game about it, and it used to be all I used to think about when I was younger, like Year 4, Year 5. And then it kind of just comes back with all those sort of views and the characters and the way they act. And then it kind of just adds into how I tailor my characters.
Yeah, and that came across in what I read, and along with the drawing that you came with it, which was wonderful. I know also families are huge, like really important to you. Your brother also goes to this school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my family. Like, there's no other way of saying that. But sometimes I don't get along with them. But at the end of the day, they're like the people that are here for me.
Yes.
And so it's more or less like I care about them as much as they care about me. So it goes both ways.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. And fantastic for you to be going to the same school as your brother. I know that he started during this lockdown process, so you've always been kind of ships in the night. Is that the phrase? Ships in the night in regards to starting school. So how have you guys managed all of that?
To be honest, I've mainly just been, well, he's been getting along himself. He's just been changing, as well as I've been changing throughout the year. So we're both doing the exact same thing with different ideas at the back of our minds.
Yes. How did you find the whole schooling process during the lockdown?
I didn't really like it that much. I prefer being in the class and being able to ask questions, because over Microsoft Teams or Zoom or whatever we were using, that platform, it doesn't feel as authentic. Like I'd rather be sitting in class and asking those teachers those questions and learning like in front of me because I find it very difficult to learn online by looking at a PowerPoint. I like watching like everything being worked out in front of me. For an example, maths. Maths during lockdown was a lot harder to grasp than just sitting in class. I could understand it so much more quicker. But online it's a lot like harder.
Like me, I thrive and learn better through like person-to-person interaction, physical interaction, you know. You pick up nuances, you're able to spontaneously ask a question rather than having to raise your hand on Teams. I think like the rest of the world, really, we've all quite struggled with the whole Teams, Zoom, being in a box scenario, but it's great to see that we're heading back towards normality in society now, fingers crossed. I know that you have a wonderful speech prepared for us today, so let's hear some of that.
Am I wrong to aspire? This sounds like a question which has a seemingly right answer. But when you see the facts and figures, you see that you are already being projected to a target. By this I mean, if you go to a private school, are you automatically going to be given a better chance, or will it be the exact same as going to a state school? But the school you go to and their reports affect your action. Is it possible to see state schools consistently getting better results than private schools? Does your starting point in life affect whether you're working class or upper class? Is my life predetermined? Is it the school or the person? I will use Oxford as an example. At Oxford, 21% of offers went to international students, leaving 79% of student offers left. 62% of state school students were given offers, meaning 17% of offers were given to private school students. It seems that there are more public school students than private school students, and that is correct. But proportionately, private schools have more students. There are 2,600 private schools in the UK, which is 7%. So the student body in Oxford is a lot higher than the amount of private schools, giving them a better chance. So the question still lingers, am I wrong to aspire? This makes me feel disheartened and irate, as my future has already been put in a low position, meaning I will have to work harder than private school students to go to Oxford, even if we are the same. I have to work harder to stand out from that 62%. It shows that there is a system in place for me, so I don't progress, and I'm being manufactured to struggle and give up believing. Strive, believe and achieve was my primary school's motto. But how do I with these obstacles? Strive, believe and achieve. Is this still something to do?
Fantastic. Wow. That was a powerful speech. Am I still wrong to aspire? Wow, that's a question, you know? Yeah, I feel like it's a call to action to society, like to really look at what's in place, you know?
Yeah, it was more like just highlighting the injustice within the educational system and just saying that like that people are disadvantaged and we need to like try and make that equal again.
Exactly, really look rather than
observe.
Yeah, rather than hide behind this galvanized society and pretend that we don't see what's in place, or we don't see that, you know, certain aspects of society are being pushed ahead whilst others are just left in the abyss. Yeah, so talk to us about how you went about creating that speech.
I mean, it was more like one of our meetings. It was something about aspiring and trying to reach the best. So my speech was based on, am I wrong to aspire? And now this question was like very easy to answer, but like I wanted to put it behind something which had meaning, like facts and all this, so you could kind of see where I was coming from and like how I felt about this.
It's very clear where you were coming from, and it's a great, great speech, and thank you for sharing that with us today. Talk to me about how core law has been as an experience for you, like the entire year. What would you say you've learnt from being involved with core law?
I mean, it's been great. I mean, I've learnt more things, and I've been able to, I've learnt how to like express my ideas without like making it seem too factual. Like mainly the way I spoke and my appropriation was all like on facts, but now like it's more, I just speak with my own opinion, integrating those facts, but it's mainly my opinion.
Yes, that's wonderful, wonderful. So what does the future look like for you? Like, I know we spoke about, you know, wanting to be foreign secretary and then forensic scientist, but I know that you've just recently chosen your options for year 9, going into year 10, you know, the GCSE aspect of secondary school education. So where are you in that frame of mind?
Well, I mean, I'm just right now I'm not trying to plan ahead on any jobs or anything. I'm trying to just make sure that I focus on what I'm doing now, and then in the future, if I get really good grades, then from that I'll just find a job.
Yeah, that's wonderful, wonderful. So Shakeel, this last year has been incredible again. All some of the conversations that we've had have been absolutely amazing. We've spoken about politics, we've spoken about education, we've spoken about games, we've spoken about creative writing. There's so much in your brain that it's just wonderful to see you like navigate through all these different sections. And I hope you carry on doing that, because it's a gift of a mind that you have there. As you can see, guys, Shakeel is incredibly talented with such a powerful, powerful speech. Am I wrong to aspire? Call into action, you know, for us to look at the education system within our very society. He's part of a greater project called Core Lot, in which the other students share their opinions and leader within with us. So be sure to check them out. Thank you.